in gold foliage against the backdrop of the Great Lakes. And winter offers serene and elegant beauty with snow-draped trees and frozen lakes.
Everyone has their favorite time of year, and we hope you will enjoy reflecting on each as the K4 through K5 highlight the 4 seasons.
Comes only once a year, the birds seem lovely for all to hear. Summer soon will walk the sunshine down, and lovely flowers align.
Autumn brings the changing of the leaves, beautiful colors falling from the trees.
Winter blows in with cold winds abound, snow piling up on the frozen ground.
Tons of animals, from the white-tailed deer to the prickly porcupines. God filled our state with variety. Michigan is home to my school and church, two of my favorite places. If you want fun, Michigan is the state for you. We have amazing parks and water parks.
Looking for a place to relax this summer? There are so many lakes around our state. Each beach is beautiful.
There's even a place where no cars are allowed. Visiting Mackinac Island is like stepping back in time, but any place you choose, vacation in Michigan is sure to be special.
The thing I love most about Michigan is that it's filled with my family and friends.
Michigan is the greatest state! Michigan is home to beautiful forests. We have over 75 native species, but our state tree is the eastern white pine. Filling the branches of all our amazing trees are over 450 species of birds, but we claim the robin as our state bird, probably because it signals the end of our long winters. Michigan is one of the top 3 states in growing apples. A man named William Harris suggested that the apple blossom would be made the state flower. It represents beauty and is a symbol of our hard-working people. In 1997, a group of 4th graders helped convince lawmakers to have the white-tailed deer as Michigan's state game animal. It's found in every Michigan county. We can't talk about Michigan without noting the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes hold 1/5 of the world's fresh water, and Michigan is home to 4 of them. The beaches of Michigan also have a special treasure not found anywhere else in the world: Petoskey stones. These stones are fossilized coral and are unique treasures that beachcombers love to find.
Michigan is an amazing place to live. We love Michigan.
When the French explorers first visited Michigan in the early 1600s, there were an estimated 15,000 Native Americans.
The main groups referred to as the Three Fires, and they include the Chippewa, who lives mainly in the UP and eastern side of the Lower Peninsula.
They used the rivers and lakes for transportation, and the trails they made throughout Michigan have been made into major highways and interstates. And the Potawatomi, who lived in the southwest part of the Lower Peninsula. The Ottawa, who lived along the western part of the Lower Peninsula.
My name is Samuel de Champlain. I traveled from the New World from France. I never traveled to Michigan territories.
Instead, Mr. Champlain sent me, Etienne Brule. He wanted me to look for the Northwest Passage. Spoiler alert, it doesn't exist.
I hope that, I caused some trouble for explorers by helping the Huron Indians and killing some Iroquois chiefs. They held a grudge to the French and Indian War.
Explorers had to avoid their territories in the lower Great Lakes, so settlements in the Upper Peninsula were created much earlier than in the lower part of our state.
French missionaries soon followed, and I, Father Jacques Marquette, established the first permanent settlement in Michigan at Sault Ste. Marie and then St. Agnes.
Then came the British threat. We forced the French to surrender Detroit and wanted to keep the fur trade for ourselves. This led to a war with the natives in Michigan called the Pontiac's Rebellion. We had other tribes raid American settlements, and Governor Henry Hamilton paid for scalps to be brought to Detroit. They called him the hair buyer.
Michigan's status changed many times. The Ordinance of 1787 put Michigan into the Northwest Territory, which would now include most of Wisconsin, all of Michigan, and the northern portions of Indiana and Ohio.
Michigan finally became a separate territory in 1805, but this very day this law was to take effect. The entire settlement of Detroit was burned to ashes. One of the first jobs of the new government was to rebuild.
Father Gabriel Richard, a French priest, brought one of the first printed press west of the mountains and published a newspaper to help organize the University of Michigan.
Michigan was soon back under British control. The fort on Mackinac Island was captured without a shot being fired. Even Detroit surrendered to the British, which led the court-martial of Governor Hull. He was even sentenced to be shot, but he ended up being spared.
Enter me, Oliver Hazard Perry. Things were not going well in Michigan. There was even a slaughter of Americans at the river raising. But I was able to help turn the tide with my victory on Lake Erie, and when Tecumseh was killed on the Thames River in Canada, the War of 1812 was soon over.
With the opening of Erie Canal, there was a huge rush of people heading to Michigan. This was called Michigan Fever. The population jumped from just under 9,000 people in 1820 to over 200,000 people in 1840.
Michigan's admission may have proceeded smoothly, but for one problem, a boundary dispute with Ohio, a compromise reached that gave the Toledo Strip to Ohio and the Upper Peninsula to Michigan on January 26, 1837.
Michigan became the 26th state.
In 1846, Michigan became the first state to get rid of the death penalty for all crimes other than treason, making it the first English-speaking government to do so. For the record, we have never executed anyone for treason either.
When the Detroit Zoo opened in 1928, it became the first zoo in America to have cages exhibits rather than being confined behind bars. When the animals were bounded by moats and rock walls.
Michigan also created the first continental tunnel, connecting Port Huron, Michigan with Ontario. The Grand Trunk Western Railroad was able to accommodate locomotives and large freight cars. There was even a plot to blow up the tunnel in World War I.
On April 10, 1933, Michigan was the first state to repeal the prohibition of alcohol. The governor said prohibition did not prohibit.
Legend says that pharmacist James Burner was trying to mimic a drink from Ireland by mixing ginger, sugar, water, and other ingredients in 1862. When he was called to serve in the Civil War, he stored his potions in oak barrels. Upon his return, his drink was far better than the one in Ireland, and the first American soft drink was born.
A Detroit police officer in an engineering suit made the first stable one-way radio dispatch system and set up a broadcast station on Bella Isle, allowing the Detroit Police Department to contact their police cruisers.
Woodward Avenue between 6 miles and 7 miles was the site of the very first mile of concrete roadway in America. It was paved by the Woodward County Road Commission in 1909 and cost $14,000. Today, the estimate cost of paving a mile of road is between $1.3 and $15 million.
Bay City's Annie Edson Taylor wanted to guarantee a sound financial future by earning fame and fortune as being the first to survive a trip over Niagara Falls in a barrel. In 1901, on her 63rd birthday, she was sealed in a barrel with a lucky heart-shaped pillow. After her plunge over the falls, she was found with only a cut on her forehead. She did not make a fortune, but instead said, "If it was with my dying breath, I would caution anyone attempting the feat. I would sooner walk up to the mouth of a cannon knowing it was going to blow me to pieces than make another trip over the falls."
Ever get infuriated sitting at a traffic light? Michigan was actually the first state to install the red, yellow, and green light in 1918. The three-lens light was invented by a Detroit police officer named William Potts.
We think Michigan is the #1 best state.
If our ushers would come forward, we'd like to honor our veterans. So if you're a veteran, if you please stand, we have a very small token of our appreciation for you. You know, America might have some dark times, but it's still the greatest country on earth. Thank you to God and thank you to our veterans, and we greatly appreciate you. So if you're a veteran, if you please stand, and our young ushers here will give you a gift. Another group at this time that we'd like to recognize well, thank you for being here, and our young people, you've done a fine job, but our teachers, I'm very privileged to work with a fine group of teachers, and it's not the same sacrifice as one of our veterans, but it is a sacrifice to serve the Lord in this ministry, and we're thankful for it, and we're thankful for the influence we could have on young people, and we love our teachers. So at this time, for our young people, ushers to come forward, we'd like to take an offering. The whole offering would go to our teachers for a Christmas bonus. So we greatly appreciate anything you can do to be a blessing to them. All right, let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for your love to us and the program so far. It's been wonderful. Thank you for the families represented here. Thank you for our veterans. Thank you for this country and our freedoms we have. Thank you for our teachers. I pray you bless them. Help us now to be a blessing back to them, Father, and a blessing to you, and bless this offering. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
When you think of Michigan, you might picture the Great Lakes or the bustling streets of Detroit. But did you know this state is also home to vertical sand dunes that slip into the water, rolling hills of lavender fields, and even an island filled with wild horses?
Michigan is a land full of wonder, and there is something for everyone to explore. The 9th grade class is going to highlight some of the best places to visit around our great state. You may hear places you have been, but hopefully you will be inspired to go out and discover a new favorite part of these beautiful peninsulas.
We have been privileged to take geography class this year, right guys?
Right.
And we have been learning about some amazing places around the world. But we are blessed to have so many amazing places to visit right here in Michigan, and we are going to highlight a few of them for you tonight. First of all, Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore has towering cliffs swirled with colorful mineral stains that meet the deep blue of Lake Superior.
In Manistee, you can visit Kitch Itty Kippy, also known as the Big Spring. This is Michigan's largest freshwater spring, and you are able to see right through crystal clear waters into the underwater landscape.
A Native American legend surrounds Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. An Ojibwe story speaks about a mother bear and her 2 cubs swimming across Lake Michigan to escape a forest fire. The Manitou Islands honor her lost cubs. Despite the sad tale, the park guarantees stunning views with 450-foot bluffs towering over turquoise waters. If you can't hike back up the dunes, there's a $3,000 fee for rescue.
Grand Haven is a lakeside town with an iconic red lighthouse. Its nearby pier has one of the best sunset views anywhere. Walk along the boardwalk to window shop in the galleries lining the streets.
Tucked away in the remote corner of the northwest corner of Lake Superior, Isle Royale National Park is one of the least visited national parks in the country. With no cars and limited cell service, you can't even get here without a ferry or seaplane. The unique wilderness includes wolves and moose.
Stretching between Lake Michigan and Silver Lake, the Silver Lake Sand Dunes is an adventure playground where the sand meets the sky. The surrounding Silver Lake is perfect for swimming, paddle boating, or just cooling off after a day in the sun. It's worth every gram of sand in your shoes.
If you have a good dose of luck, timing, and serious tolerance for cold, walls of translucent ice and frozen waterfalls line the areas around the Apostle Islands near Munising, Michigan. The caves only appear when the weather's been cold enough for long enough, which isn't usually until late January to February. You'll have to shuffle across a frozen lake to get there.
Michigan's second largest state park is home to the second largest waterfall east of the Mississippi, Tequamanon Falls. The upper falls feature a sweeping 200-foot curtain of water that plunges 50 feet into the river. Waters are tinted by cedar and hemlock swamps that helped the feature earn the nickname Root Beer Falls.
Holland, Michigan is not just named after its European counterpart, but actually retains its Dutch heritage through its color with millions of blooms.
Another European escape on this side of the Atlantic is a place we are all probably familiar with. Frankenmuth is Michigan's little slice of Bavaria. The town has the telltale features of Bavarian architecture, and Oktoberfest is always a hit. Visitors can also enjoy traditional German cuisine. It is also home to the world's largest Christmas store, Ronner's Christmas Wonderland. Frankenmuth spreads festive cheer year-round.
Fayette Historical State Park is a window into Michigan's industrial past. Once a bustling town, it's now a revived ghost town preserved for visitors to explore. Visitors can walk through the old buildings and streets surrounded by the coastlines and dense forests. Summer brings living history programs where you can learn about the town from costumed interpreters.
Escape from the city to Belle Isle Park, a 980-acre island park in the Detroit River. The aquarium there is one of the oldest in the country. The park is perfect for outdoor activities like biking, running, and relaxing under the trees.
Copper Harbor is tucked away in a remote corner of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. The harbor's pristine waters and rocky shores are a paradise for hikers and bikers. Hiking trails in the area lead to vistas of Lake Superior and the surrounding wilderness.
Mackinac Island is a timeless retreat where horse-drawn carriages and bicycles replace the rumbling of cars. The island is famous for its historic sites, including Fort Mackinac and the Grand Hotel. Stop to sample different flavors of Mackinac Island fudge before biking around the island's perimeter. Otherwise, you can opt for a horse-drawn carriage tour along the beautiful shoreline.
Affectionately called the Porkies, Porcupine Mountains Wilderness State Park is a sprawling wilderness area full of old-growth forests and pristine lakes. The dramatic views from the summit of the park's namesake mountain range are simply spectacular.
We hope you will embrace the beauty of Michigan and explore one of these incredible places. You don't have to travel far to experience different cultures or scenery. God has allowed us to live in an incredible state.
Ask any Michigander where they're from, and they'll point to a spot on their hand. Our state looks roughly like two hands positioned by each other, and every good Michigander knows what freckle their town is by.
If you ordered a carbonated beverage in Michigan, you ordered a pop. Soft drinks aren't soda, they aren't Coke, they're pop. We never toss away our pop cans. In 2004, Michigan passed a law that made it illegal to dispose of beverage containers. Instead, we return our bottles and cans for the highest deposit in the country. The redemption rate is over 95%.
November 15th is the start of deer season, and it strangely coincides with a large number of people calling in sick for work. It should just be added to the calendar as a national holiday.
Michigan has its own one-of-a-kind accent pronunciations for many words. Instead of saying Meyer and Kroger, we like to put an S in the name of just about everything and make it possessive. So we say Myers and Krogers.
We have also created our own word when we need to squeeze past someone or when we accidentally bump into them. Ope is definitely a Midwestern phrase, and to use it in context goes like this. Ope, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there.
A big part of the Michigan X is about saving time, so we mash our words together. For instance, didya becomes did you, gonna becomes going to, and Secretary of State, we take out the of and make an within the word, and mirror becomes mirror. However, sometimes we like to lengthen our words. In realtor, we add an within the word and becomes realtor, but we do know how to pronounce words people from other states would shudder at, like Mackinac, Charlevoix, Ypsilanti, and Sault Ste. Marie.
There's this thing called a Michigan left, and it's terrifying. As if the snow didn't make driving in Michigan hard enough for out-of-towners, we've thrown in these crazy left-hand turns that no one really understands. It's similar to pulling a U-turn instead of simply turning left, and it's done by driving straight through the light first and then turning left at a cutaway between lanes.
Catholepsis timiad was the original name proposed for University of Michigan, but was quickly ridiculed as a piece of language gone mad. Try chanting that at a U of M game. Everyone also knows there is an intense rivalry between Michigan and Michigan State, but unifying the fans comes when Ohio enters the picture. Ohio, did you know you're going to lose? Because we think Michigan is the best.
There's a place where winter lasts 9 months.
Spring is just mud.
And summer is 2 Tuesdays in July.
A place where up north is more of a feeling than an actual direction.
Welcome
to mildly functional Michigan.
In Michigan, you'll find friendly faces,
endless lakes,
and that one cousin that insists Verner's will cure anything.
Even heartbreak.
Here, drink this. You'll feel better.
This is the place where time
slows down. Mostly because you're stuck behind a tractor going 15 on a one-lane road.
A place where the seasons change.
Sometimes all within the same afternoon.
A place where a light dusting of snow
means your car has completely disappeared.
Come wander the forests of the Upper Peninsula where wild moose roam freely.
And so does your cell service, away from you.
Still nothing.
But in the Mitten State, we know how to survive.
With a garage full of coats for every 10-degree temperature shift.
And that special kind of Michigan intuition that says,
I should probably bring a hoodie, just in case.
Here we don't measure distance in miles, but in hours.
We give a location by pointing to a spot on our hand.
Hey, when your state is shaped like a mitten, why wouldn't you use it for directions? I'm from right here. No, not there, like here.
So come take a hike through our breathtaking woods.
While slapping yourself every 4 seconds.
come dive into the pristine waters of one of our 11,000 lakes.
Just watch out for the mysterious lakeage.
And possibly lost fishing lures from 1987.
This is pure Michigan.
Book your trip today.
Just maybe bring all 4 seasons of clothes. And some tire chains. And a backup GPS. And hope.
Good evening. Welcome to Junietta's weather forecast throughout Michigan history. We are going to send it over to Luke, who's reporting to us from Harbor Beach. The year is 1913, and our state is experiencing a rare phenomenon. The winds are exceeding 90 miles per hour, and we are seeing wave heights over 35 feet.
That's right, Caitlin. Technically, Michigan doesn't have hurricanes, but the people living in this town would definitely disagree. We are now in the fourth and final day of this snowstorm. It will definitely go down as one of the worst in Michigan history, Caitlin.
How does an event like this even happen, Luke?
Well, Caitlin, two powerful low fronts, one from Canada and one from Colorado, have converged over the Great Lakes. The water was still warm. This helped the storm to pick up energy.
Any idea on what the cost of lives is going to be?
Sadly, Caitlin, with the sinking of 12 ships over the Great Lakes and with the deaths of those crews, the number will exceed 250.
What devastating news. Thank you, Luke, for that report. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to travel to a warm spring day in May of 1923. Lydia is reporting from the Saginaw area. Lydia, can you tell us what you are experiencing?
Good evening, Caitlin. What started out as a nice 62-degree day fell to just 34 degrees between noon and 6 as a strong cold front approached. And the next day, Saginaw had 9 inches of snow.
Michigan is full of surprises.
It certainly is, Caitlin. Temperatures are not expected to rise out of the 30s for 3 more days. This will go down in history as one of the most significant late-season snow events.
All right. Let's check in with Tom, who is reporting on the Great Blizzard of 1978. This will become known as the worst winter storms in Michigan since record-keeping began. Tom, can you tell us what you are experiencing?
It's cold, white, and unpleasant.
What town are you in, Tom?
I'm in Muskegon, and I want to leave. Wind gusts are between 50 and 70 miles per hour with wind chills reaching 30 below. No human should be out in this weather. I am seriously reconsidering my career choice.
I feel for you. Do you know how much snow is expected to fall?
Here in Muskegon, there is an expected, get this, 52 inches of snow.
I'll save you a cup of cocoa. Sadly, 20 people will die as a result of this storm, most from heart attacks trying to push their cars from drifts and ditches. Michigan is certainly known for snow. This shouldn't come as a surprise since our state is literally shaped like a mitten. However, something we aren't always prepared for are tornadoes. Although we don't see activity like Tornado Alley, Michigan did experience a horrific F5 tornado on June 8, 1953. We are going to go to Cheris, who is reporting to us from Flint.
Good evening, Caitlin. At 8:30 p.m., the tornado touched down in Genesee County and continued on an 18.6-mile path, causing 116 fatalities, 844 injuries, and an estimated $19 million in damage. This was the deadliest tornado in Michigan history and the 10th deadliest in U.S. history.
Yes, Cheris. We should note that this particular tornado was one of 8 that touched down the same day in eastern lower Michigan and northeast Ohio.
That is correct. Just prior to the tornado touching down, eyewitness accounts recalled an approaching thunderstorm with lightning strikes that turned the sky a black, yellow, green color. Witnesses recalled an incredible roar and a massive funnel resembling black smoke that was accompanied by multiple smaller funnels. Some even reported seeing fireballs within the debris of the tornado.
Cheris, can you confirm that an F4 tornado formed within seconds after the original tornado left the ground?
Yes, that tornado continued through Lapeer and St. Clair, causing more injuries and damage before heading out over Lake Huron.
113 of 116 deaths occurred in Beecher, including 54 children. The 2 greatest losses were exacted to the families of Pedro Gatica and Thomas Jensel. Both men survived, but lost their entire families. Now for the end of our Wild Michigan weather segment, we will send it over to Fast Fact Megan for some record-setting moments. Most heat wave deaths
occurred between July 8th and July 14th, 1936. Statewide, 570 people died.
Greatest 24-hour rainfall.
12.92 inches on July 20th, 2019 in Walhalla.
Greatest 24-hour snowfall.
38 inches on December 26, 2022 in Kearsarge.
Greatest snow depth.
117 inches between January 27th and January 31st, 1948 in Eagle Harbor.
Megan, what is the coldest Michigan has ever been?
The state record is -51, recorded in Vanderbilt on February 9th, 1934. And before you ask, Caitlin, the highest temperature recorded was in Mile on July 13th, 1936 at 112.
Thank you for listening to our weather history. As always, stay safe. And if you don't like the weather, Wait a few minutes.
It will probably change.
Though admittedly we have some truly awful weather in Michigan and some interesting quirks, our state is undoubtedly blessed. We have access to the Great Lakes and abundant natural beauty. There are plenty of opportunities for recreational activities, and our state is rooted in rich history and culture.
Michigan joined America as the 26th state, entering as a free state and quickly developing a diverse economy. The Upper Peninsula is important for tourism and natural resources, and the Lower Peninsula is a center of manufacturing, forestry, agriculture, and high-tech industry. Our two peninsulas truly make the United States greater, and Michiganders are blessed to call themselves Americans.
Michigan is a leading state in the ownership of recreational boats and the sale of hunting and fishing licenses. It is bounded by 4 of the 5 Great Lakes and has the longest freshwater shoreline in the U.S. A person in Michigan is never more than 85 miles from the Great Lakes water and never more than 6 miles from a natural water source.
Henry Ford, who produced his first experimental car in 1893, founded the Ford Motor Company in 1903. He was the father of the modern assembly line. His philosophy of business was make the best quality of goods possible at the lowest cost possible, paying the highest wages possible.
The world's largest weather vane is located in Montague. It stands 48 feet tall and weighs 3,500 pounds. Its wind arrow is 26 feet long.
Singing sand can be found on the beaches of Grand Haven. The sand particles make a whistling sound as you walk upon them, and striking it quickly with your hand makes a barking sound. If the sand is removed from the beach to another location, the phenomenon can't be replicated.
It is believed that Michigan earned its nickname as the Wolverine State due to the Ohioans applying the animal's viciousness to Michiganders during the Toledo War. There are no longer any living Wolverines in our state. There was one discovered in Huron County in 2004, the first one spotted in 200 years. But it has since died and is now but stuffed and mounted. But our feud with Ohio lives on.
One of the world's largest registered Holstein herds can be seen at Green Meadow Farms in the appropriately named village of Elsie, which has its own giant cow statue. 3,620 cows are milked 3 times daily.
Ever have trouble remembering phone numbers now that you can just hit someone's name on your cell phone? Well, phone numbers actually began in Michigan. Detroit residents were the first in the nation to have phone numbers. It seems that by 1879, the city had grown so large that operators were no longer able to route the calls by name alone.
Affectionately known as the Mighty Mac, the Mackinac Bridge is one of the longest suspension bridges in the world. It features 42,000 miles of wire in its main cables and requires constant maintenance. But what are some of the craziest things to happen with the bridge? In 1959, an Air Force captain flew a Boeing Stratojet under the bridge, landing him in hot water. Then in 1989, an earthquake caused a 50-foot section to collapse, resulting in a car driving into the hole, killing its sole occupant. Yet amidst the diverse events on the bridge, 3 babies have been reported to be born on it.
A French-Canadian lumberjack who worked in the Grayling area in the late 1800s is said to be the inspiration for the legendary Paul Bunyan. Oscoda claims to be the official hometown of the literary Paul Bunyan since the first published story about him was written in the Oscoda Press in 1906. They celebrate with an annual Paul Bunyan Festival each September.
The SS Edmund Fitzgerald was a large cargo vessel that sank on November 10, 1975. It is believed huge waves and high winds contributed to the sinking that resulted in the death of all 29 crew members. This event was memorialized in the iconic song 1976. And if you would like to see the original bell, you can see it at the Great Lakes Shipwreck Museum. Monday is the 50th anniversary of the sinking.
If you're looking to upgrade your home here in Michigan, the most expensive home in Michigan was recently reduced from $18 million to a super affordable $13,995,000. It is located on Maloon Lake in Petoskey. It features almost 15,000 square feet, including 5 bedrooms and 7 baths, private shoreline, gourmet kitchen, golf simulator, home gym with steam shower, and geothermal heating. What a deal. But if you're looking for something more budget-friendly, you have to act fast. A home advertised as the world's cheapest home was listed for $1, but sold at auction for $52,000. The long vacant 2-bedroom home, located in Pontiac, may have been helped along with a colorful description that read, "Unleash your inner DIY guru. Experience the thrilling roller coaster of emotions as you discover every nook and cranny that's begging for a creative touch. The roof might have seen better days, but hey, it's not leaking yet. It's just keeping you on your toes, providing an unexpected shower of excitement when you least expect it." It also features a floor-hole art installation located conveniently next to the furnace.
We love calling Michigan home. Having a place to live in this incredible state is a blessing for sure. There are so many amazing places and things in Michigan.